Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link and my official Instagram, both listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Capricorn, I hope that you're doing well. I'm trying to figure out what it is that's happening on this side of my head because I don't quite know. Okay, your spirit guides have kind of entered into the chat. I was not, but they feel, no, they're here. Okay, it was feeling kind of tentative. It's not, it's like your spirit guides didn't want to overstep. Okay, I see a very specific image. I have to tell you about it. It's like when parents are going to their kids' recital and they're like slightly late for the recital. Recital has already started. And they're kind of sneaking in the back and they're just like, oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay. And then like they go find their seats. It's like they're causing a disruption because they don't want to cause a disruption. But it's not like your spirit guides are late because everything is always on time because it's divine timing. But it's that feeling like they don't want to make a, they don't want to interfere if you don't want them to interfere. They don't want to embarrass you. They don't want to they want to cheer you on, but not too loud as to embarrass you. I don't know. It feels very much like a child parent. I mean, maybe this is a parent who's also a spirit guide. I'm not sure. But that's kind of the feeling that I got. Anyway, so take that as it resonates. But it's a very endearing feeling. It's like no matter what, they're there for you. But they're also themselves. Like they, you know, like your parents do the best that they can with what they have. At least they should. There's something about that theme. Like just trying your level best, even if it's not perfect. I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for the overall energy for your reading today. And at the end, I'm going to read from the book. And for the tarot portion of the reading, the Muse Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angel Spirits, Guides, what messages do you have for Capricorn, please? Number 29 introduces to an 11. 11 corresponds to the Justice card of the major arcana of the tarot. That's Libra energy, and it talks about karmic balance, karmic justice, things coming into a kind of equilibrium. And the card that you got, which is so stunningly beautiful, is Breathe. Sorry for the glare. First of all, I'm just eating up this color palette because it's so tranquil and beautiful to me. Of course, she's in like this prayer, namaste, peaceful, vibrational energy. You see the vibration coming out of her crown, and then also her root. She's floating on this beautiful lotus. Well, this is like a lily pad. lotus pad. It's quite beautiful, and it's quite serene. And Spirit is saying, you know, maybe it's time for you to just slow down a little bit, Capricorn. All the Capricorns I know are tremendously hard workers, and they're constantly on the move. And maybe you haven't been working that hard. Maybe you've been partying hard, playing hard, which is a expression, like work hard, play hard, is probably the most vile expression that to me, I just hate people that say it. I don't know, not that I hate people, but well, yeah, no, I'm not going to apologize for that. That was not Spirit, that was me. That was my ego saying something like that. So if you say that expression, I don't hate you. I just don't like the expression. Because I've just found in my life, and let me just give that example, the kind of people that say things like that, it's like you're always trying to prove something, but who are you trying to prove it to? Like, just live your life. Like, you don't have to work hard, play hard. You're just like existing to the best of your ability. So there's something there. I don't know why I felt so strongly like I had to clarify all that. It is what it is. I hope I did not offend if you say work hard, play hard. Nope, I still don't like it. But this is a call for rest. It's a call for pause. But intentional. Very intentional pause. Like, almost like you have to write it in your calendar, your very busy calendar. From 12 to 1 o'clock, I'm going to pause. I'm going to breathe. The card would not have shown up if the message of breathing was not of the utmost importance in this reading. By its presence, it infers what is absent, which is the lack of taking a breath, the lack of consideration for your sustenance and your basic needs, that you may have been forgetting yourself and forgetting what it is that you require to be able to work hard, play hard. Spirit keeps harping on that, so maybe that is something you say. I really hope I did not offend you by saying I hate people that say that. We all have our pet peeves, but Spirit is bringing it up again. It's like you work hard, play hard, and there's nothing in between. There's no reserves in the water tank. There's no water left. And so they want you to recharge. I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. I'm only taking uprights in this reading. There's no past, present, future. It's just taking a temperature. Look, the first card came out and it's a 10 of voices, 10 of swords, okay? This is why you have to take a breath. Because you've been pummeled. You've literally, life has pummeled you. There's no other card on the table besides the breathe card and this. Just taking a temperature and what's going on for Capricorn right now. And at the end, I'll pull a card of advice from Spirit. This is for Capricorn. 3 more. Yeah, you have been working hard. That's for sure. Okay. So one extra card came out, and it's flipped over, and I will not flip it over until the end. That's your card of advice from Spirit. So let's talk about it. 10 of Voices, 10 of Swords in this deck, talks about, sometimes it can talk about backstabbing and betrayal. We're at our wit's end. The Voices suit or the Sword suit is all about the thinking mind, the cerebral. And also represents Gemini energy. Like we've backed ourselves into a corner, and there's no escape. It's just, we've agonized, we've driven ourselves to anxiety, maybe even panic, and now it's like, stick a fork in me, I'm done. No reserves in the water tank. Nothing left to think because it's already been thought, and we're exhausted. And maybe this has to do like with a workplace situation, and then here comes the water, or the drink, or the whatever it is. Because 3 of emotions, 3 of cups, can talk about partying. Spirit's very funny, I'm telling you. Spirit's funny sometimes. Celebration, partying, clinking glasses. That's the 3 of cups, 3 of emotions. But here's all the water. There's so much water here, if we're not careful, we could drown in it. You see how it's like there are 3 versions of the same person? This almost talks about persona. The masks that we all wear. So, like, what is the persona that you wear at home, at work, with friends, with family? It feels like you're dipping your cup into the water and then drinking it to feel like someone else in each of those scenarios. It's like you have to kind of tap into a different account, like a different home base within you. Capricorns are very good at compartmentalization. So while this was all happening, you somehow found a way to cope. This just feels like coping with massive, massive disappointment. And then it's not just partying, right? Because then we have the 7 of materials, or the 7 of pentacles, which talks about investing, planting seeds, watching them come to fruition, and then asking ourselves, okay, was it worth all of this effort? I mean, we can see the fruits of our labor, but do we want to continue it ad infinitum, right? Into infinity. It's a lot of work. Clarified by the 8 of materials, the 8 of pentacles. So from the 7 to the 8, there's this progression here. The 8 of materials can talk about, where do we invest the majority of our time, effort, energy, and resources? Working diligently, juggling all of these responsibilities, planting seeds, harvesting things, planting more seeds, harvesting those things, wearing them like a badge of honor. I just saw degrees on the wall in my mind, counting those degrees, counting those accomplishments, filling out our resumes and our CVs with all the things that we've done. Can I get a clarifier? What are we working so hard on? And maybe perhaps questioning. Whatever it is, 5 of Inspiration, 5 of Wands, you've almost like toppled on top of yourself to get to the top. 5 of Wands is a card of like fighting within yourself. That's what it represents to me. Like looking in the mirror and not liking what you see, and then revising yourself and looking in the mirror again and not liking what you see, and then revising yourself, and on and on and on. It's the equivalent of like, thank you, Spirit, I'm not good enough and I have to work harder. I have to push more. I have to be more. I have to do more. It's not good enough. That's what's going on here. All of this is motivated by whatever this is. Whatever has kind of taken up residence inside of your psyche that feels kind of damaged. Like it damaged you. It like damaged your, not damaged you, but your confidence. Again, but on the outside, you could be ruling the roost. On the outside, no one would know unless they were paying attention. Spirit wants me to remind you again of this energy, because you can't be on the hamster wheel forever. You're gonna get tired. I feel like you're already tired. I feel like this like wave of fatigue came over me, and it's just like, it's so exhausting being a human being. Can't we go back to being starseeds? Can't we go back to being ethereal? Why do I have to pause and breathe and be human? The 2 next cards that are coming out here, the Muse of Emotions, the King of Cups, Scorpio energy here. And the 4 of Emotions, 4 of Cups, which I think is Cancer energy. No, Pisces? Nope, I don't know. I get some of them mixed up sometimes. Let's talk about this one first. I'm more concerned with the fact that it's a Scorpio card. Scorpio talks about kind of the underworld energies. Somebody who, you ever known a Scorpio like really well? Like they play the long game. They have the receipts that go back decades. Decades. They play the long game. They plant little seeds and just wait and wait and wait. But a very mature Scorpio, this level, king level Scorpio, emotionally mature, has ready access to their feelings, is supportive, gracious, patient. Very much this energy. So there is a maturity of your soul that's happening right now. And I think you can feel it. Because you're tired of the hamster wheel. But there's also a part of you that's might be a little scared. Like you can't see a way out or a way off. The 4 of Cups, or the 4 of Emotions, like we can see her, right? She's sitting inside this cup, and you can see the faces here. It's all like optical illusion-y. It's hard for you to see that fourth cup, the fourth cup being the cup that's offered from Spirit. Ace of Cups. Where is my new beginning going to start? How can I possibly start from the beginning when I've already invested so much? Shouldn't I just keep going? It's the classic story of, well, now I'm seeing a social media person. Her name is Vivian Wu, and she's your rich BFF. I think that's her handle. I'm Vivian, your rich BFF. That's her that's her saying. And she worked on Wall Street. She's very young still. I mean, I don't know how young she is. I mean, maybe she just looks fabulous, but I think she's young. She worked on Wall Street for like several years or a few years. And then she has the personality, she has charisma to be on social media. I think she works for a company now doing their social media, but she started her kind of empire as being your rich BFF, somebody who provided free financial advice. Like, if you're going to invest in stocks, you should do this. And if you want to invest in retirement for the future, set aside this amount. And if you want to file the right tax form so that you don't have to pay this tax this year, do this. And really practical advice for people. And she actually reminds me of a friend of mine, but she's got this no-nonsense attitude. And it's just interesting because Vivian Wu is Asian, and this character is Asian as well. But that doesn't necessarily have to do with anything. It's just something that I put together. But it's like she left corporate Wall Street job to then go to social media. And when people make that jump, it's really brave. You might not think it's brave, and maybe she had a lot of money saved up, and so it wasn't as brave and whatever, but it's still brave. Like, I don't have the audience that Vivian Wu has. Maybe someday I will, but like, every time I post a video, it's just out in the world, you know, and like, I can't control anything about it after that, really. And there is a little bit of courageousness that has to happen when you make that jump. But sometimes you can't see where to jump. You just have to trust. It's a little bit of like the Fool card, right? Having faith. There could be a crisis of faith at this time. But you're really reconsidering getting off that hamster wheel. I'm gonna flip the last card. This is advice from Spirit. Four of Materials, Four of Pentacles. So Spirit is saying they're not telling you to take any risks right now. They want you to be wise, especially with your finances, your connections, your resources. You don't have to be scared of anything, but it's saying kind of keep things close to your chest, your ideas, right? Like, there's something brewing in the cosmos, because I see her shirt here is like representative of all these stars. There's something brewing in the alignment, the stars. It's brewing. And it's all in divine timing, but you almost don't want to outpace it. So imagine this. Imagine a little toddler. They know how to walk, but they're still kind of finding their balance. And with the number 11, right, 29 to an 11, the Justice card all about balance. It's Libra energy. Imagine a little toddler. They know how to walk, but they're still trying to find their footing. You ever see a toddler when they see something they want, or they see something they like, and then they kind of walk towards it, but it's almost like the front of their body is moving faster than their legs, and they end up face planting. They're outpacing themselves. They haven't gathered their balance yet. This is kind of the theme of what Spirit is telling you right now. Like the hamster wheel, or when cats are on those wheels as well. They run so fast that it gets carried away with themselves, and then they end up flipping off in like absolute chaos. Spirit is trying to teach you a way to kind of temper that so you don't flip off, so that you can just gently step off the hamster wheel and not careen into oblivion. And the way that you do that is keep things tempered, keep things close to the chest. Take a moment to pause every once in a while. It's important. It's like a internal soul regrouping. So let me read from the book, number 29. Breathe. Patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Excuse me. Stop. What? Stop to smell the roses. Stop to smell the roses. Breathe in the sunlight and release the darkness. The miracles will appear. It's a beautiful reading, Capricorn, and one that calls you to do something that might not come naturally, which is to pause. That's your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Capricorn.